Who was the Bastet cat goddess worshipped in ancient Egypt? Picture a ferocious lioness goddess transformed into history's most iconic feline deity. A being so powerful that when 700,000 ancient Egyptians gathered to celebrate her festival, they drank more wine in a single day than the rest of the entire year combined. This is Bastet, and her story is unlike anything you've heard before. The tale of Bastet begins not with a gentle house cat, but with a fierce lioness warrior. In the scorching deserts of ancient Egypt, around 2890 BCE, she emerged as one of Egypt's earliest and most formidable deities. Imagine standing in those ancient temples, looking up at a towering figure with a lioness head and a woman's body, eyes blazing with solar fire. Early Egyptians actually knew Bastet cat goddess as the actual daughter of Ra, the sun god himself. Each day she would ride through the heavens in her father's solar boat, protecting him from Apep, the chaos serpent who threatened to devour the sun. At night she transformed into a cat, becoming the ultimate nocturnal guardian. But here's where things get really interesting. Bastet wasn't just any protective deity. She was a goddess of duality. By day she could be as wrathful as her sister Sekhmet, capable of unleashing plagues and destruction. By night she was the protector of mothers and children, blessing them with fertility and safeguarding their homes. Speaking of homes, let's talk about her temple at Bubastis. Herodotus, the ancient Greek historian, described it as something straight out of a fever dream. Picture this, an entire temple complex built on an island surrounded by waters that reflected the Egyptian sun like liquid gold. Two massive channels from the Nile encircled it, each 100 feet wide, creating a natural moat that turned the temple into a fortress of divine mystery. Now here's something they don't tell you in most history books. When archaeologists excavated Bubastis, they found something extraordinary: over 300,000 mummified cats. These weren't just any cats. They were sacred messengers to Bastet herself. Some were buried with such care and luxury that they had golden jewelry and their own tiny sarcophagi. The festival of Bastet was like nothing else in the ancient world. Imagine hundreds of thousands of people sailing down the Nile, music echoing across the water, wine flowing freely. As boats passed different cities, women would lift their skirts in ritual acts of divine celebration, a complete abandonment of social norms that would make even modern Mardi Gras look tame. But perhaps the most fascinating transformation in Bastet's story is how she evolved from a fierce lioness to the more familiar cat goddess we know today. This wasn't just a simple change in appearance. It reflected a profound shift in Egyptian society. As Egypt moved from a warrior culture to a more settled civilization, Bastet's image softened, though she never lost her deadly capabilities. The temple complex itself was a masterpiece of ancient engineering. A stone wall carved with intricate hieroglyphs surrounded a grove of towering trees, at the center of which stood the main shrine. The entire structure was built lower than the surrounding city, creating an effect where worshippers could look down into the sacred space from anywhere in Bubastis. The divine connections of Bastet reveal a fascinating web of ancient Egyptian power dynamics. As Ra's daughter, she shared a unique bond with Sekhmet. Both were considered the Eye of Ra, but they expressed this power differently. While Sekhmet embodied raw destructive force, Bastet represented controlled power, deadly when necessary, protective when needed. Her relationship with Anubis is particularly intriguing. Some texts suggest they were consorts, linking the protector of cats with the guardian of the dead. Think about it. Cats were often seen hunting in Egyptian tombs, while Anubis guided souls through the afterlife. This wasn't just coincidence, it was divine symmetry. Then there's her connection to Isis, one of Egypt's most powerful deities. The Greeks actually saw such strong parallels between them that they added Aset to Bastet's name, literally making her the soul of Isis. Both goddesses were fierce protectors, both were connected to motherhood, and both demonstrated the complex duality of nurturing and destructive power. Her son Mahes, a lion-headed god of war, inherited her fierce nature. But while Bastet could switch between gentle protector and deadly force, Mahes remained purely a warrior deity. This mother-son dynamic perfectly captured how Egyptians viewed divine power, capable of both creation and destruction. What's rarely discussed is Bastet's connection to Hathor, goddess of love and joy. During the famous festivals at Bubastis, their celebrations often merged, creating events where music, dance, and what we'd call today sacred intoxication allowed worshippers to connect with both deities simultaneously. As a solar deity, Bastet also shared attributes with Wadjet, the cobra goddess. Both were seen as the Eye of Ra, protecting Lower Egypt. When combined, they formed Wadjet Bastet, a powerful hybrid deity wearing the solar disk and cobra crown. Imagine the raw power of a lioness combined with the precise strike of a cobra. Her relationship with Ptah, the creator god of Memphis, added another layer to her complex nature. As his consort, she balanced his role as architect of the universe with her position as protector of harmony. Together, they represented the delicate balance between creation and preservation. What makes these connections truly remarkable is how they evolved over time. By the late period, Bastet had absorbed aspects of nearly every major goddess while maintaining her distinct identity. She was simultaneously a mother goddess like Isis, a warrior like Sekhmet, a protector of women like Hathor, and a guardian of cosmic order like Ma'at. Think about this. In a temple complex larger than 2 football fields, priests would conduct rituals honoring all these aspects of Bastet. Imagine the sounds of sistrum rattles echoing through columned halls, incense smoke curling around cat statues, while worshippers celebrated this complex, powerful deity who embodied so much of what they valued. The sacred cats of Bastet also had their incredibly profound impact on society. When I say these cats were protected, I mean it was literally deadlier to kill a cat than to kill a human in ancient Egypt. One Roman historian recorded a mob spontaneously executing a Roman soldier who accidentally killed a cat. That's how serious this was. But here's the fascinating part most people don't know. These cats earned their divine status. During the Second Intermediate Period, when Egypt faced invasion from the Hyksos, cats proved crucial in protecting grain stores from rodents, literally preventing famine. They also killed venomous snakes, including cobras. The Egyptians weren't just worshipping pets, they were honoring life-saving guardians. The temple complex at Bubastis had something unique, a cat necropolis. Imagine vast underground chambers filled with millions of mummified cats, each carefully wrapped, many in linen bandages with painted faces. Some were placed in bronze or wooden cat-shaped coffins, others in limestone sarcophagi with detailed inscriptions. Recent DNA analysis revealed these weren't just house cats. Some were jungle cats and leopard cubs, reflecting Bastet's evolution from lioness to domestic cat. Here's something that'll blow your mind. The cat mummy industry became so huge that it basically created the world's first large-scale breeding program. Priests maintained catteries where they bred sacred animals specifically for mummification. This wasn't just religion, it was big business. The priestesses of Bastet were equally fascinating. Unlike many other Egyptian cults, women held the highest positions in Bastet's temples. They wore leopard skin robes, carried gold sistrum rattles, and were experts in preparing protective amulets and ointments. Some hieroglyphs suggest they were also trained in medicine, particularly in protecting women during childbirth. But Bastet's influence went far beyond Egypt's borders. When Greek traders first encountered her cult, they were so impressed that they created a hybrid deity, merging Bastet with Artemis. This Greek connection helped spread cat worship throughout the Mediterranean. By the time Rome conquered Egypt, Bastet's cats could be found as far away as Britain. The ultimate proof of Bastet's power. When Christianity began replacing Egyptian religions, they couldn't completely erase her influence. Early Coptic Christians often painted cats in their religious artwork, and to this day, some Egyptian Coptic homes keep cats as protection against evil, a direct legacy of Bastet's protective powers. A look at modern Cairo today. Cats still roam freely, treated with unusual respect. 4,000 years after Bastet's first temple was built, her influence subtly continues. These aren't just strays, they're living reminders of one of history's most enduring divine legacies. Here's the kicker. Archaeologists are still discovering new aspects of Bastet's cult. Recent ground-penetrating radar studies around Bubastis have revealed previously unknown temple complexes. We're still uncovering secrets about this goddess, who managed to be both a fierce lioness and a protective house cat, both a warrior and a mother, both a destroyer and a protector. And so our journey through the mysteries of the Bastet goddess comes to a close. Today we uncovered how the revered Bastet cat goddess, a blend of fierce protection and gentle grace, shaped ancient Egyptian life. The awe-inspiring rituals at the Bubastis temple remind us that her legacy is more than myth. It's a living testament to a culture that celebrated the divine in every form. Thank you for watching, and may the spirit of Bastet continue to inspire your quest for ancient truths.